Let's be real. Arch Manning plays more like a running back than a quarterback.
He looked like a quarterback who has the yips.
He tucks and runs the second he feels pressure.
The question is, how does Steve Sarkisian get him back on track?
They haven't done much on the ground in this game.
Look at Arch Manning. Two-step. Arch Manning. Touchdown.
So the scouting report for Arch Manning makes the man miss in the open field and then turns on the chest. How about 16 and burnt orange?
I think if you're Texas, you have to assess the situation for what it is. Right now, Arch Manning is making easy throws look really, really hard. So you're gonna have to take it a little bit off of his shoulders and put it on the shoulders of your running backs. Get into your running game. You need Arch Manning to get back in rhythm. So I'm going to full progression throws where he has to read with his feet. We're going 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, no matter what the coverage is. Why do I say do that? Because right now he's out of rhythm. His throwing mechanics look off. I've heard a lot of people say it looks like he might have a shoulder injury. If Texas hasn't confirmed that, we can't go with that. But what his motion does look like, it looks a lot different than it did last year. And his feet don't look as active or in sync with his arm as they did last year. In that case, do what he does best right now. Right now, he is running the football extremely effectively, and allow him to run the football. Think of him more as a Tim Tebow-like quarterback as you get him back into rhythm by allowing him to run and have those simple pure progression reads and those simple RPOs, so that once he gets back into the feel of it and everything is gelling again, now when you go to the 3-level throws, he's on it. But for right now, it does feel like Arch Manning has the yips.
Does Arch Manning? What are the yips, Chase?
Yeah. I don't like to ever talk about a quarterback having the yips. Like always, like something we don't talk about. I don't know if it's the yips, but what I do know, and I went back because I'm obviously calling the game and looked at every single snap this year, and I even went back and looked at last year's snaps when he played. And I would just say, instead of the yips, I'll say mechanically there are a lot of things wrong with his throwing motion, from his feet not being in the right spot to his arm angle not being in the right spot to him grimacing when he throws the football.
As of yet, he can't throw like an NFL quarterback should. Because of his last name, the media treats him like the golden child.
I need Arch Manning to please keep the same energy that he had when he scored that rushing touchdown versus Sam Houston State and taunted that opponent as we step into SEC play. Because I want to see him do it in the Red River. I want to see him do it even versus Florida. And I definitely want to see him do it versus Georgia. Because I already knew what people were going to say when he did it versus Sam Houston State, because he did it versus a cupcake opponent in some people's eyes. Now, in the post-game interview, Arch Manning said that he plays better when he has this type of edge. And let's be honest, the UTEP game was terrible. The San Jose State game in the second half was not that good. And we already know versus Ohio State, the #1 team in the country on the road, 100,000 plus fans, I gave him a pass for that game. But this is how it's supposed to look when you're playing against a lesser opponent. It's supposed to be practice reps out there. The next month, we are going to be able to tell a lot about what type of quarterback Arch Manning is as we head forward in SEC play.
And I think that's the biggest thing. I don't think he's hurt, Dan. I really don't. I just think his motion and his throwing angle of his shoulder, I feel like everything's completely off. My thing is, I don't know how you fix it, because you can get to the mechanical stuff, you can get to this and that. So I'm not going to call it the yips, but mechanically, he looks completely different than he did last year.
Let's break his playing style. Number one, Arch Manning plays like a runner. His instinct is to tuck the ball and scramble when pressure comes. Instead, Arch leans heavily on his athleticism, scrambling, extending plays with his legs, and even taking off like a running back when his first read isn't there.
You know, Jay Hills, you got a great point when you talk about a threat of run, especially from the quarterback standpoint. Of course, we're going to run the ball and whatnot, but when you have a running quarterback, it opens up so much. Like when it's 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1, 4th and 2, we're thinking Wildcat, right? If I'm Ohio State, I'm thinking, oh, here come that Wildcat package because they had it last year. Guess what? They don't have to do that because Arch is a dude. Arch can do it. You do it all, right? You could do it at any point. So you keep us on a guessing mentality. We're on our heels or on our toes. We don't know what to do. Arch opens up so much. I'm going to be very interested to see how the red zone offense is this year, because we can run the ball in, we can scramble it in, we can. It's a lot of different factors. But Arch at quarterback starting the whole year, our red zone offense should be
more
better.
efficient. Yeah.
I mean, more efficient. That's the word. Yeah.
It should better.
Be interested to see how we take control of what the spirit of this game feels like through the running game, and then if the one time that edge does collapse and they do commit down to that run, I like to see Arch just pull it one time. Go grab 12, 13 yards and then see what that does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, Arch is probably saying, no, Jay, I'm going for 70 like I do. But I'm saying, just go grab 12 or 13 yards and see what that does to a defense.
You got to be fast. You got to get fast. No, because I actually, now Arch, played against some weak competition, right? UTSA, ULM, Mississippi State. But I went back and looked at the red zone, touchdown percentage when Arch was in there. And, I mean, it was crazy. In Texas was at 63%. When Arch goes in there, it's at 80 plus.
He's not the kind of quarterback who can consistently stand tall, read defenses, and thread the ball into tight windows. His passing game, average arm, shaky mechanics, inconsistent accuracy. Want to relies more on athleticism than precision. Football IQ, struggles reading defenses and making layered throws. Bottom line, unless Arch proves he can throw like a pro, his name won't protect him forever. The internet eats up athletes playing quarterback and spits them out quick. As always, thanks for stopping by.